How are we, Joshy?
Good, mate.
Pumped?
Absolutely.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Long time coming.
Rig's all good?
Yeah. Yep. Itching to get away.
Bloody oath.
Keen.
She's spotless at the moment. Well, it's clean.
Just showing the scratches.
It's got some few scratches highlighted. Borrowing the missus bag for the weekend, Broady.
Oops. Just ripped it, actually.
You borrowing the missus bag for the weekend?
Not anymore, I just ripped it.
She's not going to be happy.
You know, he's not going to be happy. Gavin Dowdy.
Oh hell,
No,
actually. It's like a goon bag. How are you, Matthew?
Good, thank you. How are you?
Not bad.
Excited. Very excited.
Hell yeah. They're excited, but I'm even more excited. 3 days ago, this thing was illegal to drive on the road. Now we're on. These Baja LP9s, haven't even tried them outside of the shed, so I'm pretty keen to flick them on tonight. We've got a 5-hour drive to Cow, which is on the Eyre Peninsula of South Australia. So what is it now? Like nearly 4 o'clock PM, not AM. The sun's out, and yeah, 5-hour drive to Cow. We'll get there, well, depends when Mark rocks up, but somewhere between 9 and 10 I would imagine. And then yeah, set up camp and then head from the east of Eyre Peninsula over to the west, and then start heading north above Elliston basically. If you haven't seen our Coffin Bay trip, that's just above where we'll get to, so just below, sorry. Yeah, welcome to the trip. Probably about an hour and a half north of Adelaide. The goal, like I said before, is Cow. Find a little campsite just out of Cow and wake up where we want to be tomorrow, basically.
On the beach.
Near the beach, near the water.
On it.
So driving through, I think we probably, well, as far as the HEMA says, we got just under 4 hours to go. So we'll be well and truly driving into the night, which is something we don't normally do. But we got all these lights on our vehicles, so we may as well put it to the test. Yes, night one, and it's a good one. Sprinkle of rain.
Medium firm.
How's the G go, Mark?
Perfect.
Perfect. Thirsty?
Yep.
Patrol had some fuel gauge issues, fluctuating.
It went down quick.
No, it's going up and down.
It's been about 6 months since our last decent trip up to Queensland. Now, here we are, sitting around a campfire in our home state of South Australia.
Oh, in usual first night fashion, we've had a couple night cappers. And also woken up in this terrible location. It's what happens when you get to camp late at night and you don't really know where you are, but this is what we've woken up to. How's the sleep, Lukey? Not bad.
Not bad. Hard when you roll in late, pull up somewhere. Just don't know what you're getting yourself into. As always, I'm in the Jeep and Nick's in the patrol, with Luke navigating next to him. Filling the rest of the seats is Matt and Angus in the Hilux, and Josh, his big 79. With such a beautiful camp, we're all a bit reluctant to roll up the swags, but we've got to keep moving. We're off to the small coastal town of Cow to check out the local solo art, which has a little bit of a story behind it.
First time I've seen this particular silo art in the flesh. Pretty impressive, particularly or more so because it's our pop. It's impressive. Bit of a local icon, I guess. Yeah. Last thing he needed was definitely a massive portrait in the town. Already had plenty of confidence beforehand.
The local artwork really is incredible, but it's no match for the man himself. Naturally, we call in and surprise Nana and Pop while we're heading through the town. As kids, we were always amazed at how many people waved at Pop in his old orange Hilux as we sat on the back, bouncing around. To us, it just seemed like he knew every person in town. Now, it's very clear he's been a big part of this small seaside town for a very long time. And it makes sense why all those years ago, Pop got so much attention in that little old Hilux he nicknamed Teddy.
Oh, all fed up. It's bloody lunchtime. Morning's well and truly gotten away from us, but yeah, good to catch up with Nana and Pop. He's always got a bit of a yarn to spin, so it's, likes to spin a yarn. Off, out of Cow, just leaving now, and heading towards, basically straight across the peninsula from the east of the Eyre Peninsula to the west. We're pretty well beelining it straight to Elliston, and then we will see where we get to as far as camping there or nearby. We don't really know where we're camping each day, so play it as it lies.
More beach.
More beach, you reckon?
More beach.
That was a very nice campsite last night, so it'd be good to get to a camp and enjoy it before the sun goes down.
From Cow on the eastern side of the Eyre Peninsula to Elliston on the western side is roughly 200 clicks. Not exactly huge distances by any means. However, the weather has changed almost immediately into heavy fog, so that scenic drive along the coast wasn't that scenic at all. This is where we start heading north up the west coast. Nick is still faced with some vibration issues coming from the front of the patrol, so as we find a campsite for the night, he's quick to jump out and inspect the front hub. But aside from that, there's really nothing left for us to do today but cook up a feed, roll out the swags, and enjoy a roaring fire.
Is everyone going to have a couple of sandwiches?
I'll just have one.
You might as well fill up.
After rolling the swags up, it's only 100 metres before we're dropping the pressures.
Alright, we're just at Walk of Rocks campground, and we're going to Talia Caves. This is probably 20 k's-ish up the coast, north, but we can get onto the beach here, so we're hoping we can sneak down the coast on the beach, drop a few piss eyes out, and yeah, sneak back up to the top side of the caves. It might work, we might get through, or we might not, so we'll find out. Let's go! pressure out, I think. Well, we got about 200 metres up the beach and it turns to some pretty decent soft sand. Matty boy's got the max tracks out already. We're dropping some more pressure out, down to 16 all round at the moment. Well, in a minute. Yeah, Angus is back on the max tracks. Should be a good adventure.
Now we'll let some more down. Hopefully we'll be right.
The further we all go, the sand gets a lot softer, so more air needs to come out. And we need to find an inland track, so we don't spend the rest of the day on this beach. With a rocky outcrop blocking the beach, we all peel off into the dunes. But not for long. That track spits us back out onto more soft sand. And with no sign of another vehicle's tracks, this could just get interesting. Eventually, we see some tyre tracks, but they're definitely not from a 3.5 tonne four-wheel drive. Looks like a few quad bikes have come this way, but had to turn around. And that's precisely when Nick sinks down.
How are you boys going back there?
Very slowly.
Yeah, same. I might bring mine up to you once I get clear. Got, well, Lukey just pulling me out the bog. You can see in the distance. Matt and Mark over there, Joshy's up here. Just need to get over this little rise. One more go. How's the other boys?
Ah, down, big time.
Are they?
Yeah. Both of them.
There we go. Now we're out of the clear. We'll go and get these other boys. They're about 200 metres back on the beach, so.
Just dropping those, well, any remaining air in this tyre, getting it out of there. It was up on max tracks, bog. Unbury the max tracks, put them up in front of him, stuffed. 2 max tracks, useless.
Better than none.
Or just, but 4. If anyone was looking to buy just 2, just to be safe, no, don't bother. Just get 4.
We're just heading to backtrack. Just jumped over from the, just for first set of tunes. We'll sweep around and give these other boys a hand. I think Mark and Matt are both bogged. With the tide coming in. With the tide coming in, so.
By the time Nick and Luke come to the rescue, Matt's out and on firmer ground, and we just got to get this Jeep out. It's a good time just sitting back and waiting while others do all the heavy lifting. Well, after getting the vehicles off the soft sand and finding all the max tracks, it's time to head into the dune system for a bit of a change of scenery.
Thoroughly enjoyable, Luke.
Sweating.
3 or 4 bogged at once, incoming tide. Whoop, I'm in a world of...
In a real pickle here.
Didn't quite make it, the lad.
Just run out of steam.
I backed off just before the beach exit and sunk down again, so the pit crew rock up to lend a hand. These max tracks have changed the recovery process. Without them, you'd be bringing another vehicle into the situation and using a snatch strap or a winch. And that creates issues too. You risk getting another vehicle stuck, and it's more dangerous for the inexperienced.
Never leave home without them. Big bag of sheep nuts, thanks.
You don't go too far without your sheep nuts, do you?
Always take 2 minutes.
So we've just snuck over the back. We're going to run I think we got about 5k's looking at the Hema. Probably, yeah, it might be about 5k's till we get to Talia Caves. A bit easier on the vehicles. And then we'll be back on a sealed road, or a maintained road anyway.
As we're cruising over the whoops through the sand dunes, Nick hears a distinctive spring noise, and after having a quick look, finds the rear coil has moved from its perch. So as Nick manoeuvres the patrol to flex that side, Matt grabs the high lift off his rack to lift the body enough to relocate the coil.
Now we're talking. Pull it, Angus. Pull it. I would be, you're a bloody madman.
I'll set it twice more.
Yeah.
Got it?
I got it. Oh, I got it, champ.
Well done.
Yeah, I'll get you out.
Sick flex,
A little bit of teamwork and a pry bar has the coil back sitting where it should be. We don't always carry a high lift jack, but today it did make the job a little easier, although I'm sure we would have still got by without it. As we make our way out of the dunes, we find ourselves back on a dirt road following some rugged coastline.
Oh, sorry. That rude of me. That's stupid of me. She was
That was a good little drive, actually.
Was good.
Very good. Glad we did that.
Yeah.
Definitely got to be careful and prepared. That could turn bad pretty easy with solo travel.
But yeah, great bit of sand driving just north of Elliston. Similar to the road Beachport type of, just snaking your way through the tracks.
I reckon probably softer, Marco.
Yeah, there's not many areas that are that soft down there. A couple of beach runs, but
Yeah. There's that one corner, come around the corner, and then it's just, you can just hear the motive working more harder and harder.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I'm stuck. Josh is on the radio. Yep, Mark and Matt are stuck. Josh is the only one home.
So that's it for track 1. Next time, we show you what Eyre Peninsula is all about. Rugged coastline that stretches on forever, and campsites you just won't want to leave. Thanks for watching. To keep up to date, follow us over on Instagram, and don't forget to hit subscribe. Sidetrack gear is now also available in our online store. Link is in the description.